Tony, now that I'm nearing retirement, by the way, this comes up with a lot of people that have just gotten through retirement or into retirement. Now they're sitting there with these 401k plans. They've had all this risk, and it's the same thing Bill in Jeffersonville, Indiana is asking. When I'm at this stage in life, I'm not 40 or 45 or 50, when you're getting ready to retire or in retirement, the question is, how much risk should you take? And then the real question is, should you take any risk whatsoever? So to answer that question, this is a little exercise I used to do in workshops when I did all the free educational workshops I did years ago. And it really is helpful to help get your mind wrapped around this idea of why in the world are many of you savers taking so much risk, listen, when you don't have to? Well, probably because you've been told by the financial world and entertainers and everybody else that in order to make it in retirement, you got to have boatloads of money, and you're going to have to be willing to take a lot of risk in order to get the growth you're going to need for the future. So let's imagine we have certain products over here, all right? And even if we go back in the last 20 years of the Dow, and whatever they say the average return has been, let's say it's 7%, all right? On the surface, that's a good average rate of return, but you're retired now, or you're getting ready to retire, and we got to remember, I'll use red for effect, that average doesn't include what might happen to the account now if it goes down and what's going to happen to your retirement. You see the risk here. I always remind people in retirement, while you might go back part-time or something like that, I have clients do that all the time, who wants to go back to work full-time when losing 40 or 50% of their value, which happened in 2008? I don't think that's what you want to do. So then we come over here to what I call safe products. And this would be, for the most part, there might be a little bit of risk, but let's just assume there's no risk. We've got risk over here, and these products, though, let's say are only on average going to earn you about 2%. And if you've been listening to the world's ways and you got to have all this money and you're going to have $1 million or $2 million or whatever this exorbitant number is that they're telling you everybody's got to have, well, you know intuitively that you're not going to be able to make it on 2%. But when you meet with somebody like us at Tony Walker Financial, we're going to take a different track. We're going to use our written game plans. We're going to use this 38 years of experience that I'm working with all these people, and we're going to rely on something called the 3 halves of life. Something I noticed years ago, that as people age, as people grow older, they just spend less money. So this whole narrative that you're going to need more and more money as you age, quite frankly, in 99% of the cases I've seen, is false. So let's stay with this then. So the question, remember we had a provocative question at the beginning. This is a provocative question here. All right, here it goes. You ready? So what if Mr. Jones, okay, I'm not telling you to do this, but what if we put 100% of your life savings on the no risk side? It only earned you around 2%. However, all this money over here was allowing you to accomplish all of your goals and objectives, gave you plenty of money in retirement, barring some sort of crazy financial catastrophe like a healthcare, but I'm just talking about living a comfortable lifestyle. Why, here's the question, why would you ever put money at risk? Now let that stew just a minute. Let me repeat the question, if we at Tony Walker Financial could accomplish all of your goals and objectives without taking a bunch of risk, why would you ever move money over and start taking risk? And some people I've asked this question to said, well, that's a foolish question, Tony. I would never take any risk if you could guarantee me that I'd be okay financially. Now, and this is not a wrong answer. This is where everybody's situation is different. Through our Charles Schwab platform, one reason we have the Charles Schwab platform, because it does contain an element of risk, is to give complete access of this money to our clients so they won't have penalties to get it out. But secondly, some people say, you know what, Tony, I'm okay with risk over here. Maybe I would split it this way. I might do 20-80, something like that. So that's the real rub that I have with the financial world now. There is no one size fits all. What you have to do is examine the entire situation of what you're wanting, examine your finances, and hopefully someone's looking at all this that's trained in the art of retirement planning. So if you don't have somebody like that that's sitting in your corner working for you, a fiduciary that is not working for these big companies but trying to do what's in your best interest, let me invite you to go right now to our website at TonyWalkerFinancial.com, and while there, just click on the Let's Get Started button. Now, when you click on that button, something interesting happens. First of all, we do not share your information with outsiders of Tony Walker Financial. It stays confidential to our organization. We are going to then contact you, and we're going to set up what we call a free 10-minute fiduciary phone call. And then, after having a phone call with myself, if it warrants, I will be happy to meet with you in person at either our Louisville, Bowling Green, or Lexington, Kentucky offices. So do it now. Log on to TonyWalkerFinancial.com. Click on that Let's Get Started. Or if you like, you can simply call the toll-free number on your screen.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.